Hola mis amigos, impossible amigos, my name is Taffray16. Yes, it's me, it's the same person. I did get a haircut. I know I look really fucking different. Hopefully I put a picture on the screen of what I looked like before compared to what I look like now. But yep, yesterday was Extreme Rules. It was an extreme, kinda not really pay-per-view, but overall it was an alright pay-per-view, so let's get into it. So we started the night off with the pre-show match between Kalisto and Apollo Crews. For the time they gave this match was actually pretty good, and I guess we shouldn't really be surprised. I mean, these are both, Kalisto and Apollo Crews are both very underrated, very good wrestlers. They gave the win to Kalisto at the end when Titus was trying to distract the ref, and Kalisto hit Apollo. Titus indirectly distracted Apollo, and then Kalisto hit the Salida del Sol on Apollo while jumping off of Titus. And yep, good win for Kalisto. So they haven't really turned Apollo full heel yet. They're either going to do it or have him turn on Titus. Hopefully they turn him full heel, because if they have him turn on Titus, and it's just a waste. And just, yeah, but good start, good match. We now kick off the show with The Miz taking on Dean Ambrose for the Intercontinental Championship. If Ambrose is disqualified, he will lose the belt. It was a great match. The finish came when Miz did his best to get Ambrose disqualified. He had Maurice intentionally slap him. Ref didn't buy it and tossed Maurice. Then, as the ref was looking at Maurice, telling him to go, Miz threw Ambrose into the ref. And then the ref was gonna call for the bell, but then from behind, Miz hit skull-crushing finale on Ambrose, got the pin. The Miz is now a 7-time Intercontinental Champion. It was a great match, great showing between two. It's interesting to see what they go from here. Maybe Ambrose can feud with Samson, and again, maybe Miz can feud with somebody like Balor or something. I think that'd be cool. But yep, great match, great start. We now come to the mixed tag team match. Rich Swann and Sasha Banks taking on Noam Dar and Alicia Fox. Very short match, but it was alright for what they gave him. I guess the right people won. Sasha and Swann won. Again, I still don't know why Sasha's involved in these storylines or anything. I guess it's the end of the feud. I honestly don't know. It is kind of just a throwaway match, but cool. Sasha and Swann win. And also, Swann was in his hometown and did not follow the customary thing of losing in your hometown. So good moment for him. Now move on to the Raw Women's Championship. Alexa Bliss defending against Bayley in a kendo stick on a pole match. This match, shockingly, was a fucking squash. No joke, this match lasted 5 minutes and 10 seconds, according to the official time card. 5 minutes and 10 seconds. Basically, they wrestled for the kendo stick. Bliss got it, hit Bayley a bunch of times with it. Bayley hit her Bayley to belly, and I think Bliss hit her a couple times with the kendo stick, and Bliss hit the DDT, and that was it. Bliss won. It was a squash. It was a complete squash. So Bayley, who knows what the fuck's gonna happen with her? But clearly they've lost her faith in her, which is disappointing. But at the same time, she hasn't been the best since she was called up, and Bliss has just been fantastic. So Bliss promised Nia Jax, who has been off TV a while, or although she was seen on the pre-show, a title match. So we either go with those two going on a match, or Nia will align with Bliss, and Bliss will take on another babyface like maybe Sasha, or perhaps Mickie James. It'd be nice. I hope they kind of give it to Mickie James. It'd be nice to give Mickie something to do. She hasn't really been used for much of anything, since she came back. I mean, Alicia Fox is a program right now, and Mickie James doesn't. So, but yeah, complete squash match, and just you can just see how much confidence they have in Alexa Bliss as champion. We now come to the Raw Tag Team Championship match. The Hardy Bros, Jeff and Matt, defending against Sheamus and Cesaro inside a steel cage. This match was very good, very good. I mean, I think it was pretty much expected to be. So they tweaked the steel cage match rules a little bit for tag team. The last tag team steel cage match I remember seeing was Cody and Goldust versus New Age Outlaws, and that was like tag in and out. It wasn't tornado tag, and it was only pinfalls. You couldn't escape. This was different. It was tornado tag. There was no pinfalls. Only way you could win was by escaping the cage. And both teammates had to escape the cage to win. Jeff actually escaped early, but Matt got stuck in there. So eventually Jeff went on top of the cage and whispered in the wind, hit Whisper in the Wind on Sheamus and Cesaro, which effectively put him back in the cage and kind of rendered Jeff unconscious. Sheamus and Cesaro then both were climbing out over the top while Matt and Jeff, well, Matt was trying to drag Jeff through the door. Sheamus and Cesaro got out just in time, and Sheamus and Cesaro are 2-time Raw Tag Team Champions. Now, they could go multiple ways. It was a great match, and I'm so glad Sheamus and Cesaro got the win so the heel turn isn't wasted. And at the same time, Hardys were able to lose without getting pinned. I'm interested to see where to go with this, though, because now Matt has a reason to be mad at Jeff. They could have Matt turn heel on Jeff and turn broken, and those two could feud before going their separate ways. They're obviously going to get a rematch. It'll be interesting to see what happens in the rematch. They could win the titles back and then feud with the Revival. I could see that happening, because the Revival are going to be back pretty soon. So, I don't know, but great match, and I'm happy for Sheamus and Cesaro. We now come to a submission match for the Cruiserweight Championship, Austin Aries taking on Neville. Now, once again, they tweaked the submission match rules as well, and they tweaked it for the worse. Submission matches are typically no DQ, but for some reason, on a pay-per-view called Extreme Rules, this submission match had disqualifications. I don't understand. Why on a pay-per-view, on all of pay-per-views, would you choose Extreme Rules to make disqualifications apply in a submission match? It doesn't make any fucking sense. But anyway, it was a great match. These two have always had great matches with each other. They're both just great wrestlers, and it's to be expected for them. I honestly really did think that they had plans to put the title on Aries. I guess not. I guess not at all. So also, the finish was... Well, Austin had, at one point, Neville in the rings, Saturn, or Last Chance, I should say, on the outside, and Neville tapped, but it was on the outside, so it didn't count. Neville hit the red arrow then to Aries' back, and locked in a ring of Saturn. Aries tapped, and Neville retained the belt. So, it'll be interesting to see what they go here. They showed a picture of Aries kind of smiling after the match, after he lost. Maybe they'll turn Aries heel. He's better as a heel. Maybe, who knows who Neville will feud with now? Maybe Rich Swann again, he just won that match. Maybe Tozawa, those would be good matches. I think maybe they should bring Kalisto into the Cruiserweight division. They could kind of do like an underdog storyline with Kalisto, with him eventually going over Neville, kind of like they did with Rey Mysterio when he was at the company with pretty much fucking everybody. So, that'd be interesting, but Neville retains, and he's going to keep on retaining for a while. And finally, the main event, the Extreme Rules Fatal 5-Way Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt versus Samoa Joe. The winner is the #1 contender to the Universal title and will face Brock Lesnar at Great Balls of Fire. This match, as expected, was given a lot of time. It was like half an hour long, and it was fantastic. I mean, nobody really looked weak coming out of this. Everybody got their spots in. There was great spots, like Finn kicking the crap at everybody, stomping the crap at everybody to boot. The frog splash for the table from Rollins to Bray. Roman spearing Finn and Joe for the barricade. Great spots for everybody. The finish came, or it looked like they were going to get the win to Finn. Finn was going to pin Roman again, and Finn hit the coup de grace on Roman. Looked like Roman was down for the count, but then Joe from behind came and locked in the Coquina clutch, and Finn passed out. And Samoa Joe is the #1 contender for the Universal Championship, and he's going to face Lesnar at Great Balls of Fire. And I think, well, here, I have a couple problems with this. I think the match is going to be great as long as we see kind of older Brock and not suplex Brock. Because all Brock's been lately, kind of since his match with Undertaker in Hell in a Cell, is just suplex after suplex after suplex. I think that was the last time we really saw old Brock. Hell, some people would argue the last time we saw old Brock was SummerSlam 2013, yeah, versus Punk. But who knows? Or maybe the triple threat match with Rollins and Cena at the Royal Rumble in 2014. But this is going to be a great match, and it's a dream match. But the problems I have is, well, one, again, I don't know why they're wasting this on a pay-per-view that's not a Big Four pay-per-view. And two, it looks like they're just going to have Brock run through Joe, or not run through, but just beat Joe as a one-off, you know, and which is why I thought Bray was going to win, because they usually use those kind of matches on Wyatt. So, I mean, they're just going to lose to Joe, or just beat Joe, and then face Strowman at SummerSlam. I'm kind of hoping Strowman gets involved in the match at Great Balls of Fire, so it ends in a DQ, so Joe doesn't technically have to lose. And maybe they can do a triple threat at SummerSlam after that, who knows. But it'll be interesting. If they could swerve us and have Joe win, and if he does, he could be the first man to hold a WWE World Title, the Ring of Honor Championship, and a TNA World Championship, so that'd be really cool. Good accomplishment for him, be a first American Triple Crown champion. But great match, shocking win by Joe, but it's definitely not something I'm upset about. I'm just interested to see how this is booked going forward. As far as our predictions go, we did fucking terrible. I did fucking terrible, I should say. I mean, you guys probably did better than I did. I only got 2 out of 7 matches right. I took some liberties with my predictions, and I paid for it. Only 2 out of 7. We'll try to do better next time. But anyway, you guys, that is going to do it for a review of Extreme Rules 2017. Overall, I thought it was a good pay-per-view. It had its ups and its downs, some of the frustrating booking. I thought overall it was... I thought it was alright. Overall, it wasn't what it could be. But I thought it was enough good wrestling to save it. I'm going to give it... What should I give it? I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I thought it was a solid pay-per-view. Definitely a solid pay-per-view. But that is going to do it for my review of Extreme Rules. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, be sure to press the like button. If you didn't like it, that's okay. Not everybody's like everybody. Thank you. Press the dislike button if you want to. But if you don't think I'm a complete bastard who wants to go around for what we got going in the future on channel, be sure to press the subscribe button. If you want to see what's posted daily on channel, check the link in the description for the blog on WordPress.com. If you want to check out my main channel, TAFRay16, the link to that is also in the description. On that channel, I post 2 Let's Plays every day at 1 and 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But that being said, my name is TAFRay16. This has been our review of Extreme Rules 2017. We'll see you guys at Money in the Bank next time. Bye.